What does actively inferring, being naturally intelligent, and the flow of energy have to do with Allstate Insurance, the Northridge earthquakes, and Microsoft scamming the world? Let me break it down for you. You are universally naturally intelligent. You can look around your world, predict what you should see, take in the observations of the signals the world sends you, smell, touch, sound, sight, and then you can correct the errors. What did you predict? What did the world send you? How should it be? And you can go about your life with understanding. Well, Allstate Insurance didn't stop to understand the Northridge earthquake, the geography, the geometry, the contractors, the dollars, the souls. Instead, they focused on the system and playing a game. Allstate Insurance is a publicly traded insurance company. When you lose your life, their equation has to make profit. Their equation has to make profit on the stock market. In order for Allstate Insurance to play the game they play and be the company they are, every time a life is lost, a property is wrecked or burned to the ground, they have to go about minimizing the amount of money they spend and maximizing the profit they make on the loss of your souls. Microsoft does the same thing. This is why nobody knows what a ChatGPT LLM does. What? How did Michael make that jump? How did we get from you being naturally intelligent, universally, talking about active inference being the flow of energy? The flow of energy can come to cause earthquakes. It can. The flow of energy can come to cause earthquakes. That's predictable. Allstate Insurance, they can hedge their bets. They've got the power and the ability to predict about when and where the next earthquake, hurricane, or tornado is going to do its thing. Their models are much better than the weather person. They've got the game so dialed in, every time you lose your life, they make profit. That system does not balance unless all the souls are extracted. Unless Allstate Insurance makes a deal with the devil on the behalf of every single person that signs one of their contracts, they're not able to operate. What is signing a deal with the devil? Here goes Polson off on a tangent again. I'm not. It's the same thread, folks. You're universally naturally intelligent. You do that by observing, predicting what you should see, and correcting the errors. And when companies like Allstate manipulate the data to make it appear that what they're doing is ensuring your loss and covering your gap, they're making a deal with the devil. They're agreeing to undermine the signals of the world and send you errors of omission, overstated facts, they will call it, but they're the only one that calls it a fact. They're the only one that says how they should have or shouldn't have taken care of the people in Northridge, California for those earthquakes. Now, they got to court and some things got settled, but it did not change the system. The equation just got stronger. And then Microsoft decided we could play this game too. We'll play this game called closed source, compiled source. Microsoft was started by Bill Gates when he stole intellectual property from another company and individual. He stole it. He'll tell you this, his books will tell you this. He was unethical from day one. He's a thief. Ladies and gentlemen, it's drug dealers all the way up and prostitutes all the way down. Bill Gates is one of the OG drug dealers. He stole operating system software from another, compiled it, and then went about lying to people, undermining the signals. He made a deal with the devil. It'll be so great. It'll do so many things. He didn't even know what it did. He didn't write it. He didn't know what it did. He didn't write it. They don't know what the LLM GPTs do because they didn't write them. Where did they steal those from? If you look at the history of AI LLM GPTs like OpenAI, Anthropic started from OpenAI, so it's the same. Grok started after OpenAI, so that's the same. Kimi, Gemini, pretty much all started over after OpenAI. Even a handful that didn't and are based on the direct primary technology, that technology comes from video games. It comes from two places in video games. One of the places that LLM GPTs originate from, their source code is taken out of Halo 5. Halo 5 has an amazingly complex Bayesian branching and logic structure, kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure story. Halo 5 has that. Halo 5 has non-playable characters that are computer characters that play back against the kids playing the game. We're adults. Any human player can play Halo 5 and can be attacked and killed by highly sophisticated Bayesian logic. It branches and it guesses. It guesses based on where you're at in the game, and it guesses based on a bunch of predetermined prompts. It doesn't really know you. It doesn't know the game. It basically works on tokens inside of Halo 5. So then they took that out of Halo 5 and they used that to build LLM GPTs. The other place they learned how to train LLMs was video games. You can go out and Google and you can see that AI got started by people trying to come up with ways to do fancy, funny things in video games. Speed runs. Some people are out there having trained a single AI for years just to perfect a single jump in one level of one game. Let's slow down and think about that. If it took them years to train it for one level of one game, how is it intelligent? Because a human player could beat that level after just a few tries. But it took them sometimes years to find the right probabilistic branches and then come up with enough training and weight data. That's not natural. That's artificial. When your intelligence needs an entire data center and graphics processing units to run, and the humans that build them don't, you've not found natural intelligence. Allstate's not naturally intelligent because they didn't observe what they did to their souls. Allstate's not naturally intelligent because they use observations of nature to profit over your losses. You are universally natural intelligent. You could look inside of a ChatGPT LLM and you would see what I see. It will never be intelligent. It doesn't know us or our language. It doesn't know other people's languages. It barely knows English, let alone anything else outside of the United States. It's a bias system trained by whitewashed, caffeine-chugging, video game playing kids that are being paid obscene salaries by executives that are desperate. Desperate because the oil ran out. The ultimate drug addiction is crashing and they don't know what to do. Microsoft hung on for so long with compiled source code and warded off Linux and open source and kept them out of the desktop so they could control you and your business, force you into the cloud. That's a calculated part of the game. Microsoft is not universally naturally intelligent. Microsoft, Bill Gates, just like Allstate, made a deal and makes a deal with the devil every day. They market to you and they lie. They change the prices and rebundle their products and they lie. They say it's made for you. It doesn't even work half the time, family. It's definitely not made for you. It's not made for me. They don't even make it for themselves anymore. The people that play the game and set the rules don't even know how the rules are set. You do. You know how to break out of the systems because you've always been able to observe, understand where you're at in the world, juke left, juke right, make the moves you need to make to find the predictions that are right, to find the world where it would be true that you and your family will be safe, feel safe, and have the resources and support you need. Dig deep, find your inner peace. Love for all brothers and sisters. when you find that inner peace and you can find your calm, then get loud and stay peaceful and tell them no more extortion, no more extraction, no more sending our babies off to war. Love.